If you've ever worked with JavaScript, you're probably aware of the console.log command, which we use quite often when we are trying to just pick out what's going wrong with a certain bit of code. We might put in a console.log just to echo out to our console exactly what's going on and see what's happening. Did you know, however, there are still better options than this at times, and we're going to go through a few of them in this video. But I think the best place to start is by actually looking at console.log itself. So if I come into the console on my browser, I'm using Chrome, and I can console.log some information. So I'm going to log out just a piece of text. If I can type. This is a console log, and as you see, we do get that echoed out to our console. We can also do this with variables. So if I set a variable of let a equal 13, and as usual, when you declare a variable, you get an undefined return from it when you first initialize it in your console. But when I go and say console log a, I get the value. So I can console log bits of information from my code, and in a bigger script that I'm running, I can get certain data and I can some messages, so I can see that things are running as expected. But sometimes console log, although it does the trick, sometimes we need something a little bit more effective. So we do have options such as console.error. And this works in a similar way. We can pop in a message, and you see the difference now is we get the same thing, but we get this lovely error looking message, and we get more details as well. So what I told it to log out comes out, but it shows me quite clearly that this is an error. So I wasn't wanting this to happen. This is something I was trying to avoid. Before I continue, I'll go with the very good command, which is handy when you're playing around in the console, console.clear. And that just clears your console completely, and we can start again afresh. Just thought I'd do that so we can tidy up before we go on to the next console command. And similarly, that's a hard word to say sometimes, similarly to the console.error, we do have console.warn. That's why I actually put something in there. We do have console.warn. And similarly, we get the same thing again, but this time it's in yellow, so we get that sort of warning color. We can see quite clearly that this is a warning. It's not necessarily an error or a danger, but it's something we should be aware of and we need to keep an eye on. Of course, there are several more console commands than the ones I've listed here, but these are a good idea just to show you that you don't have to use console.log all of the time. There are other options which sometimes are just a little bit more useful visually and can help you see actually what's happening in your code.